Hello guys, welcome to my vlog 2010. The afternoon sun hung high in the sky, its rays dancing on the leaves that swayed gently in the wind. In the schoolyard, the sound of children laughter echoed, combined with footsteps running here and there. I tried grade elementary school child sat on a long bench near that school's small garden, watching all of this doubling stare. There was something bothering me, something I could not fully understand. My name is not that important in the story, but I want to tell you about someone named Faiz. That was my friend, or perhaps more recently, someone who always appeared in my mind. It was there were not always pleasant. Faiz always bothered me, whether with word jokes that the thoughts were funny, or just poking my arm for no apparent reason. Maybe for some people it was just a form of familiarity, but for me it was annoying. I was quite child. I didn't like to talk much and spend more time alone. I was someone who liked to look for trouble. The trouble, what is that's Faiz always had a reason to disturb my peace. Maybe it was because I was too quiet, or maybe it was because I wasn't the type to respond to this annoyance with a familiar jokes. I just wanted to go about my day without being bothered, but that seemed difficult as long as Ava is around. That day, I had reached the limit of my patience. The morning started with Faiz pulling my bag hard as was just sitting in class, almost making my book fall all over the floor. Then during break time, he pushed my leg from behind as I walked to the cafeteria, and almost making me trip. Take it easy, take it easy, bro. Easy, don't be too sad, he said with a light laugh, as if it was just part of a fun little game. I stayed silent, holding myself back. I tried to ignore him, hoping he would get bored and find someone else too annoying. But no, Faiz seemed to be on mission to continue testing my patience that day. It's so bored. During class, he scribbled on my notebook with his pencil, making annoying little lines in between the writing that I had worked so hard to avoid. It wasn't the first time he had done something like that, but this time I was really fed up. It's a bored face. And when the second break came, I felt the need to do something. I couldn't keep letting Faiz bother me. I so very wanted him to know that the could not be treated like this. With determination, I walked over to him, who was joking around with his friend under a shady tree in the corner of the school yard. Faiz, I called my voice flat but loud enough to catch his attention. He turned his head, his eyebrows slightly raised, seemingly surprised to see me suddenly approaching him. "What?" he asked in a casual tone, this still with the usual miserable smile that I know so bored from the sea likes a face. I took a deep breath, then said something that surprised even myself. "If you bother me again, I'll get back at you. I'll make sure they get in." The word just slipped out my mouth. I didn't know where the courage came from. Maybe it was from the annoyance that had been building up for so hard, too long, or maybe I just tired of being the target of his pranks. What was clear was that moment, I felt like I had to do something, and this was my way. Faiz was silent for a moment, then clucked. "Huh? Seriously? You want to get back at me? What can you do?" he said in a beside ear and mocking tone. I bit my lip, growling at him. I didn't know what I could do, but I wanted him to know that I wasn't going to keep quiet anymore. Maybe I would no actually respond a harsh way, but I wanted him to know that I could not keep being treated like this. His friend looked out closely. Some of them started whispering, probably wondering if this would turn into a small fight like the one that often happened between the other boys in our school. But I wasn't the type to fight. I just wanted for it to stop bothering me. Strangely, after the day, Faiz started to change. He no longer pulled my bag hard, no longer scribbled on my books, no longer passed for me behind. He still liked to joke around, still laughed and yes, smiling again yesterday. Played around a lot, but he no longer made me the target of his pranks. I didn't know if it was because of my treats or because he finally realized that his action were it's so big, amazing, indeed extensive. But was what was clear was that I literally lived. Maybe this was what they called courage, not in the form of violence, but in the form of standing up for yourself, saying what needs to be said, and asserting boundlines that others should respect. And I learned something that they did something. It's at the same time we have to speak up to be heard. We have to be brave to be respected. And I still don't know if I is and I can be called friends after that incident. We never really talked. I was a long time after the schoolyard no meet again, but we were no longer enemies. He stayed is his word and I stayed in mine, but one thing for sure after that day, I knew that I would not let myself be treated like that again. And under the blue sky that afternoon, I feel a little stronger than before. And then, yes, never meet again. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.